Coachella appearance, Senator Bernie Sanders spoke before singer-songwriter Clairo set at Coachella, where he emphasized many of his long-standing political views and urged the audience to vote against President Donald Trump's policies. Again, hold on. This is what's retarded with these people. All they do is, do not vote for that guy. Whatever you do not vote for him. That's basically their campaign. Shouldn't you be campaigning on how much better you are compared to that guy, and therefore getting legit people behind you? Like, yeah, you sound way better than that guy. I'll vote for you. Isn't that a better strategy than to just go up there and say, don't vote for that guy. He's bad. He's bad. That's because that's all they've been doing, the lefties. He's bad. He's bad. He's bad. He's bad. That's not how you win. You just sound like a sore-ass loser.
Now we got a president of the United States.
Look at him. Look at him. Would you vote for that shit? He looks like a geek lord of 85 years old. A fucking bitter geek. Look at that.
I agree.
Of course you agree. But see, all they're doing is preaching to the choir. You're not gaining any new votes. You're just echoing yourself. You love to hear yourself, right?
That's Bernie Sanders making a surprise appearance at Coachella Saturday night, where festival goers booed the mention of President Donald Trump.
And the future of what happens to America is dependent upon your generation.
It was an appeal to younger voters.
Yeah, as if this guy even knows who she is. I mean, see, they don't change up their game. Kamala did the same thing. She brought some fucking strip artist, so-called music artist, to do a fucking twerk on her fucking rally. They're so disconnected. That's why in the old days, men treated women like women. Hillary was evil, but the people behind and in control of Kamala were evil, so hard to tell which one. Yeah. Do you want evil up front, or do you want evil coming from the back? Up front with Hillary, and coming from the back with camel toe. I would be interested in seeing her camel toe, not gonna lie. She's not good looking now, but, you know, at least seeing her camel toe would be somewhat interesting, because hearing her talk is not interesting at all. She uses the same words 50 times within a minute. The time where we have to see what time is actually the way we can use time to guide us in the times where we are in the biggest trouble, using time to help us with that. And if we got the time to use time, it will be a great time. Shit like that. What the fuck are you saying? What are you doing? Is this real? What was that? She was so tarded. She was. Still is tarded. Bernie is a small hat communist. Coachella is the kids of the most privileged people in the world. What is that? A location. Bernie agrees. Bernie agrees a lot, especially when he takes it in the behind from Hillary. I didn't know Hillary had a dick. He says billionaires, not millionaires, because he's a millionaire. Yeah. Say millionaires, Bernie. Bernie has never held a job, only public office. Kamala sucked really hard with a twist and stuff. Yeah, that would be a good show.
The Vermont senator spoke ahead of singer-songwriter Clairo's set.
So apparently this shit is trending. If I didn't do this, I would never know that this was trending at all.
Sanders emphasized many of his long-standing political views, like economic inequality and universal health care, urging the audience to vote against Trump's policies.
We need you to stand.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to hear and see when you're in a concert, right? This shit. This fucking old, fucking wrinkled ass with a fucking yellow paper in his hand or whatever that is. Talking about, you need to vote. Shut the fuck up, man.
Up to fight for justice.
The Coachella appearance comes just days after CNN's town hall with Sanders, as the senator continues his nationwide tour of political rallies with New York Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Yeah. That she's the most intelligent woman. There is. Amongst the most intelligent women I've seen. Hey, listen, I've been hearing that she's been running for she want to run for president in the next election. Can you believe that? That is when you know it has become idiocracy, right? When that bitch is the president, I don't know where you should go. Do you know what I mean? Because then it's quite over. Kamala is a bloke. How stupid. You think that's a man? I don't know. The danger with that movement is that you start to think everybody is a man. I call it a movement because I don't know. I used to know a guy. What was his name? Rocky. He used to be on these streams. He literally thinks everybody is a man. Every woman is a man and a man is a woman. There are people who think Trump is a woman. Can you believe that? And Melania is a man. Don't tell me you think that that's the case. Yeah, Big Mike is definitely a man. I give you that. And so is probably the president's wife of France. Not only is he supposedly a man, they're saying he is his father or some shit like that. I think Macron's father or some sick shit like that. I don't know what. You think of Big Mike? She'll be all hairy in another 3 years. That's disgusting. But you never been to the border. We've been to the border, but you haven't. Look at that ass spreading. I'll blow a load in AOC's air. The ultimate wet willy. Yeah, if I had to choose between Hillary, Kamala, or AOC, yeah, of course, it's definitely gonna be AOC. You know, getting the load. You know what I mean? If you have to shoot the load, you have to aim for AOC. Do not aim for Hillary. That's a bad choice. She's almost the shape of her fiancé. Anyone that believes Kamala is a woman underestimates the ability of them to pervert everything. I agree. They can actually do weird ass surgeries, you know, shaving off your Adam's apple, you know, shaving or adding to your hips and shit. Yeah. I'm not saying it's impossible. No woman has shoulders and arms like Big Mike. I actually think Big Mike is trending too with Obama. Something. I think I saw something. Divorce. It's human farming, cloning, and much more. Oh, cloning. You reminded me of a fucking robot that is called Clone. I'm going to pull it up. Hold on. That's a freaky robot if I ever saw one.